What's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me today. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button because that's the most important thing you could do for me on this channel. What it does is that it helps make sure that those who are subscribed to the channel will indeed get their notifications, and it also helps to push this video through the YouTube algorithm as well. Secondly, if you're new to the channel, or maybe you've been ghost watching this channel for quite some time now, please do me a favor and yourself a favor by hitting the subscribe button as well as the bell notification next to the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever I release the video. And lastly, please make sure to share this video out on your social media platforms to your family and friends to inform them on this news and information. And yes, that does help to give me a slight boost in the YouTube algorithm as well. And with the introduction out of the way, let's get into today's news, man. Today, we are headed back to the People's Republic of Chicago because we have to speak more on the Democratic National Convention that is taking place, right? But before we head back to the People's Republic of Chicago to speak specifically on Jim Clyburn and the speech that he delivered, a very quick 5-minute speech that he delivered, I first want to go back and make reference to an amazing tweet that I read in a previous video yesterday. And I have a feeling I'm going to be reading this tweet a lot throughout the duration of this election year leading us until November. So I want to do that right now. Let me pull the tweet up in front of you. And this tweet comes from JV the Great. JV the Great. I will have this tweet linked in the description box below. But as you can see here, I quote retweeted the tweet, and I stated that this tweet right here is the tweet of the decade. And it reads as such while you watch the protest video playing on the bottom. JV stated, "Black people, this is not your party. As you can see, there are only a handful of blacks that can be spotted. Stop allowing yourselves to be used by radical liberals. Your anger and raw emotions are their special ingredients." And that is so true. It is so true. The way Democrats, the way the quote left or liberals are able to play on the anger and raw emotions of Black Americans concerning the past and how it relates to today, the way that they're able to play on that to get votes to push for policy that has nothing to do with the community and doesn't benefit you in any way, shape, form, or fashion, the way that they're able to do that is astonishing to me. And it's something that needs to stop. It's something that has to end. And I'm hoping that that ends this November. I'm truly hoping so, because it's very frustrating to see this play out over and over again, election after election after election. And we saw that play out on a large scale at the DNC convention in Chicago this week. One of the speeches that took place out of many was from Jim Clyburn. And I want you to hear what he had to say about Project 2025. Let me pull that up on the screen for you right now, and let's get into what Mr. Jim Clyburn had to say.
While Trump has been looking out for himself and his billionaire buddies, Kamala has been fighting to lower costs for all Americans. And while Trump falsely pleads ignorance of Project 2025, which in my opinion is Jim Crow 2.0, Kamala has been offering the American people enlightened proposals and visionary leadership.
You see, Project 2025 is not Jim Crow 2.0. There is no Jim Crow 2.0. There will never be Jim Crow 2.0. Jim Crow was Jim Crow. This is so unbelievably disingenuous and dishonest, because they can't even make a proper parallel and give you examples of how Project 2025 would even be Jim Crow 2.0. On no level is it that, or could it be that. But I want you to pay attention to how they always fearmonger you about Project 2025, but never tell you about Project 2025. They just tell you to look it up, knowing that you're not going to look it up because it's a 900+ page document. Even they haven't looked it up. If there was something that crazy in the document that was anywhere close to being the equivalent of Jim Crow 2.0, trust me, they would have highlighted it already. It would be plastered all over the place already. But it's not, because he's lying. He's being disingenuous. Jim Clyburn's not being truthful. And he's playing on the raw emotions and anger of Black Americans concerning the past and how it relates to the present day. They play on this so much, yet they do nothing about it. As I discussed in a previous live stream, Kamala Harris was the tiebreaker on 33 votes in the Senate while she was vice president. 50-50 straight down the middle, 50 Democrats, 50 Republicans. Kamala Harris was a tiebreaker each time. How come she couldn't be a tiebreaker for anything that was relevant towards fixing the ills of the Black community? Because they don't care. They never have. They never will. They only want your votes just so they can push illegal immigrants into your community and provide them with housing that they won't provide you. And with all that being said, that does it for today's video. So I want to thank you all for joining me today. Please share this video on your social media platforms to your family and friends. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, and don't forget to follow me on Telegram at TD Media Group and Rumble at TD Media Group. Both my Rumble and Telegram links will be in the description box below. Thank you all for your time, and until the next video, peace and have a great afternoon.